Hi, this is Roslyn with Husband Wife Relationships, and I'm here to help you get more of what you need from your husband. Today's segment is titled Initiate Intimacy. You'll love what it does for you. Do you feel like you don't really need a marriage counselor, but you have some questions or need some relationship advice? Many husbands and wives have issues in their intimacy that have nothing to do with function or biology. They just can't figure out how to make time for each other and time for intimate encounters. Making time for intimacy is key in a marriage, and just as important is a wife making time and initiating intimacy with her husband. I can hear you saying, "What? You mean I have to make the first move toward my husband? I have to initiate intimacy?" Well, no, you don't have to. But if you do, I can promise you that your marriage will change for the better. Every husband that has ever come to me for advice and every husband that I have ever interviewed has said the same thing. The one thing that makes him feel most like a man is when his wife approaches him for sex. That not only fulfills his physical need, it makes him want to do more and be more for her. Intimacy builds his self esteem and helps him to emotionally connect with her. Okay, we all get busy and sometimes forget that our husband or wife should be our first priority. But if a husband and wife let that go on too long, if they neglect their need to emotionally bond together through intimacy, by the time they realize they have just become roommates, then it can take some big changes to save the marriage. So, what can a wife do about that? Let me tell you what has happened in my own marriage. Years ago, my husband and I had three little kids. Our oldest was in first grade, one was in preschool, and the baby unexpectedly fell asleep in my arms. I thought to myself of all the things I would be able to accomplish while the baby slept. Then instead, I picked up the phone on a whim and called my husband, whose office was only 15 minutes away. "Hi, honey," I said, "would you like to come home for lunch today?" His reply was, "Oh, that's all right. I just ate, but thanks." The revelation came to me when I put the phone down that it had been so long since I had initiated intimacy that my husband had forgotten what a come on from his wife sounded like. Not to worry, his testosterone based hormone levels quickly reminded him of some long forgotten pastime, and he called me back in about 3 minutes and said, "Okay, so when you called me just now and asked me to come home for lunch, did you mean?" "Yes, I'll be right there." He was home in 10 minutes, and he still reminisces fondly about that particular intimate encounter. If this isn't something that regularly happens at your house, then surprise your husband at least once a month by approaching him. Initiate intimacy and see what a difference it makes in your marriage. Remember, the one thing that makes him feel most like a man is when his wife approaches him for sex. That not only fulfills his physical need, it makes him want to do more and be more for you. For more marriage advice, visit husbandandwife.com, where you can view marriage counselor videos, learn intimacy tips, and find more husband wife resources.